Hello, America. Welcome to Podcast versus the World. I am your host, Cameron L. Abington. And how are you doing today? Man, oh man, we got a lot to talk about. Let's take care of a little housekeeping, as they say. Podcast versus the World is everywhere. All your podcast places to pick them up. Spotify, Podcasts, I should say. We're all over the place. YouTube. I still do TikToks while post some of these. Like and subscribe, please. Leave comments, please. Let's build this community. That's the only way we're gonna get bigger. But I appreciate everybody who's been um, downloading them, listening. Need more comments though. Need more comments. Comments is what keeps this thing going. Um, we need more. We need more. Tell your friends about it. We're starting small. We're gonna build this thing up. All right. We're gonna do this together. Where to start at today? Good Lord. I can't take a day off. I'm telling you. 3 days aren't enough for a podcast. That's what's going on. But I thought today, everything with the courts going on, which we need to talk about that sometime. That is something we do need to discuss is what's going on with the court system, checks and balances and all that good stuff. Can't wait to talk about that. A lot to talk about, a lot to talk about. But today I want to talk about an issue that's been kind of left in the background once again. What a shocker. Education. And our wonderful secretary, Miss Linda McMahon. Okay. I hate talking about Linda McMahon. People who know me personally know I love professional wrestling. And so I've loved her family, since I was a kid. You know, I've watched professional wrestling my entire life. But putting her in this position as a DEI hire is wrong for our kids. Misstep. The label the label of this show, the whatever, is called a misstep for American schools. Because I seriously believe that. Now, my son's in college now, but I still have nieces, great nieces. I have cousins. You have family members. And this is going to affect everybody a little differently. And like I've said from the very beginning, this is rich versus poor, and they don't care. So let's start here. The Department of Education, like Trump said, we pay a lot for our kids. On average, we pay $2,400 per kid per year. What are we getting back with that? As I was sitting here reading, like I'm reading off my information, we are, as it says here, 26 in mathematics. Not good. But we're 10th in science. Really good. Really good. Hey, listen, I'll take that all day. Not bad. We should be higher. Why would they want to destroy the Department of Education? Doesn't make sense. But then once you start thinking about it, I'm going to make a correlation here today. And this is conspiracy theory thinking, but it's something you need to think about. Everything Trump does is for a reason. Now, some things are dumb luck, you know, like the tariffs and people making money off the tariffs. That's just dumb luck. He didn't do it because he thought this was going to work. He did it because he's like a little child throwing a tantrum. Like I told you, I have a podcast about it where he's messy. Messy people do messy things. Messy people are right twice a day. A broke clock is right twice a day. But let's not give them credit because I was looking at my stocks today, went to trash. The Department of Education is used right now for Donald Trump. He needs money. He wants to get these tax breaks for the 1% taken care of. He wants the donor class to be taken care of, right? You're going to hear people. I've noticed a lot of Steve Bannon running around. He's telling everybody, no, no, no. He's telling everybody no tax on tips, and they're going to make sure that the middle class gets taken care of. So you're telling me that he's wrecking our economy and everything else so he can take care of the middle class. That's what you want us to believe. Interesting. And in the same breath, you want to destroy the Department of Education. So let's start there. Your education, if you didn't know, is a three-leg system. Think of a stool with three legs. You got federal, state, and local. Makes sense. Think about in your own neighborhood. The people with the nicer houses had nicer schools. The people with junk houses, not as nice, low income, schools weren't as nice. That's easy to figure out. Okay? Think about your own neighborhood. Think about where you're from. All right. Some places are better than others. Okay? They're better than others. That's honest. Some states make more money than others. There's some states that need a federal assistance with money because they don't have a lot of industry where they're at. They just don't. Just be honest, they don't have it. And so they need the federal money more than others. Okay? They need it more than others. That's just being honest. In Kansas, we're lucky enough that our state and local take care of our kids more than others. I'm pretty sure if you look at places like Arkansas and some of these others where they don't have the money, federal money means a lot. And so when you cut that out with an education system that Trump already says is not good in the first place, it's going to go to the pits. It's going to get worse, right? Unless you live in a rich neighborhood. If you're in a rich neighborhood, you'll be okay. But this ain't what this is about. Once again, like I've said from the very beginning of this podcast, from the very first show, it's rich versus poor. They're trying to leave your kids behind. And the crazy part is, there are people who support it. There are people in MAGA Nation who live and die by President Trump and would sit there and say, oh, yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. While he's leaving your kids behind. He didn't do that to his kids. Did they go to public schools? Probably not. Probably not. But they would leave your kids behind. Wouldn't it be nice that the American dream worked for everybody and not just the rich? Where everybody gets a chance in this country to go higher than where they were born? Wouldn't that be nice? You always hear about America wanting to compete with China. And you'll hear a lot about that. You'll hear a lot about China, 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 China. One of the greatest presidents of our time said if you want to compete with China, you can't destroy education. Does it need to be worked on? Yes. But destroying it is stupid. That was Barack Obama, if you didn't know. Okay. We cannot destroy our education. The Department of Education helps kids with special needs and poor children. So there are schools who are inadequate. They don't live in a nice neighborhood to get all the great tax benefits. Trump told a lie when he said that he was giving it back to if he shuts down the Department of Education, he's giving it back to the states. I remember when I heard that, I laughed my ass off. I said, "Does he know that your local education department or whatever, they make their own rules, they decide their own stuff?" Think about yourself. You've been to board school boards. Do they have any federal guys sitting there saying, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, can't do that. That's against federal guidelines. Can't do that. We need you to teach this." Doesn't happen. It's already controlled by the states and your local board of education, your local board. Okay. Don't let the lies, just because somebody tells you something, don't mean you have to believe it. If you didn't know, go ask somebody. Ask a teacher. Hey, does the Department of Education control what you guys teach? No. The state might tell them, "Hey, you guys need to work on this if you want this money." But no, they don't. There's not a guy standing there with a piece of paper and a pen and he's clicking back and forth and he's up here check marking stuff. Not how it works. So Donald Trump is trying to take this out of schools with the lie being that it's going back to you. Well, it's already always been in your hand. That's why you go and vote. You vote for who's going to be on the board. If you don't vote, that's your problem, not my problem. If your school is not teaching what you want and you do not go and vote, then shut your damn mouth. Do your damn job as a parent. Go talk to your principal. Go talk to the Board of Education. Say what you got to say. These numbers for our kids is ridiculous. You want us to compete with China, but then you want to cut the Department of Education out from under us. So how do you do that? He says, "Well, I want my special Linda McMahon to be the board." And she knows nothing about it. She is inequipped for the job of being the secretary of the Board of Education, or the Department of Education, should I say. She's ill equipped. She's another DEI hire. It's a slap in the face for real teachers who do their job, who really could have went in there, done that job, but she's there just to destroy it. I mean, hell, she even called AI A1. Good Lord. What are we talking about? I would have had more respect for Trump if he'd have said, we need to, if he'd have came with the same numbers and said we're 40, I think he said we were 41st in overall education compared to other industrialized nations, if I remember correctly. If he'd have said we need to reorganize, we need to talk to the union, the teachers' unions. We need to talk. We need to figure out how can we get the education system better. But no, that's not his goal. His goal, he don't give a shit about your kids. If you don't make a certain amount of money, he don't give a damn about you. Don't give a damn about your kids. If he did, he wouldn't be doing this. Special needs. Kids who maybe have a hard time learning, learn a different way. They need help. Poor kids, they help them with eating. Now they're cutting that all away. You better pray these state legislatures care about your kids. Some of them, a lot of them don't. If you're in Republican districts, you pray that you have good, normal Republicans. Start paying attention. 'Cause if you don't pay attention, then you get to a situation like Oklahoma. Oh, Oklahoma. Well, that's interesting. They want to teach every kid the Bible. They're already trying to cut out history. Anything with black in it, got to cut it out. Anything of color, cut it out. Is anybody going to tell President Trump that Jesus was not a white guy? He was a man of color. They'll be cutting Jesus out here pretty soon. They're going to cut Jesus out of the Bible. He's DEI. What are they doing? He's DEI. Ridiculous. What I'm talking about with Oklahoma is if a child does not receive a scholarship, I believe it's a scholarship, or they get accepted to I think it's not a scholarship, it's accepted to a trade school or a university, they have to go to the military. Well, isn't that interesting? Military numbers are down a little bit. Said they're coming back up. I was looking at this. I was looking at the numbers. We're gonna try not to destroy Lita McMahon too much. I love wrestling, but she is not equipped. Um, so the numbers are coming up, but I believe we might be in a war here soon with China. We need more fighters. So think about that. I think Oklahoma is a test subject. It's a test pilot. They're going to indoctrinate your kid with the Bible and tell them to believe in their masters and kind of like they did the slaves. It worked before. One thing about history, if you don't learn from it, you're doomed to repeat it. Think about it. They're going to use the Bible in certain verses, as always. They'll never tell the truth about it. Going to be teaching that Bible in school, which they shouldn't be. Separation of church and state is what we were built on. It's very funny to me how this is going down. They're using Oklahoma as a test subject, a test pilot. I believe Alabama tell me at Tuberville, that piece of crap. Another guy I don't respect. Made his whole living off the backs of his black athletes. You would never know that by him. You never know that. You would never know that by looking at him. You'd never know that. He was a football coach. All his success was made off of black at the back of lower income white and I'm gonna say white players also. He had white players too. Lower income. He'd go into their houses. Yes, I'm gonna take care of your child like he was my own. Ran him into the dirt. He was a good football coach. I ain't got no problem with that. You would never know it by some of his attitude, and we're gonna teach him our way. What's your way? Oh, you're gonna sit here and teach him the Bible your way, right? Right. Probably the American Bible. Wink, wink. They should call it the American Bible, the DEI version. Where God's this brown haired white guy running around, just what Jesus does. And he's up there talking about I don't like transgender and talk hate. That's what they're going to do. They're going to weaponize the Bible, indoctrinate our kids, put them out there on the military field so they can go to war. And pay attention. There's wars coming up. Pay attention. This Iran thing doesn't go well. There are gonna be a lot of Indian and white kids and black kids from Oklahoma going in there. And if they cut the Department of Education in states, especially ones ran by Republicans, they're gonna put that Bible in there and they're gonna teach them a bunch of crap. And they're gonna put them out there on the field. They're gonna put your kids out there to fight a rich man's war. Do you want them to fight every time Donald Trump decides that he doesn't like somebody off of a whim? Like I told you, if you listen to my podcast earlier this week, he's messy. Messy people do things without thinking. They don't care. They don't care about you. They don't care about us. They go with their gut feeling. Oh, they're disrespecting me. Let me do something crazy. Next thing you know, our kids are out there fighting a messy man's war. And we're supposed to be happy about that? You think this Department of Education is a small deal? It's huge. They don't want your child to prosper, especially a poor kid that needs help. Good God. But he's not worth anything. Put him out there to fight. You think some of their little snot nosed little rich brats are gonna go out there and fight with them? Hell no. They're gonna hide their kids. Oh well, they're going to a college. They can't fight. What are we doing? What kind of nonsense is this? Just a slap in the face. And people just accept it. I haven't heard anybody talk about this in a while. The Trump does so much shit. A TV. Listen, your average newscast would be 4 hours a day if you went over everything that Trump has done. So thank God for shows like me, Pod Save America. There's a lot of them out there. That Sam Sater, I like that guy. There's a lot of them out there. And if I did mention you, I apologize. Hey, listen, we're just now building. So if I missed you, I apologize. You know, Bill Maher's of the world. It's time to start telling the truth. That's what this is about. This is a joke. They cut these departments. They don't care. They're not thinking about it. They don't give two shits about us. So the rich people can get better tax breaks. Trickle down economics. Let's destroy our kids who are the future of this country, the brightest minds, and we just throw them aside. And then when we're done with them, we'll treat them like we're doing the vets right now. Oh boy, that's something to look forward to. You get treated like shit once you sit there and fight for your country. Whoa, what kind of country we are. Oh boy, great, oh great. Boy, if you're a person in the military, you should be skipping down the street. Boy, I can't wait to get treated like crap by my country. The president's supposed to care about me so much. The president that I voted for. Messy, messy, messy. Then I look at Linda McMahon. Now, if you told me Linda McMahon was over small businesses like she was before in the other Trump administration, that's okay. Okay, that's a good spot for her. She is a smart woman who helped Vince McMahon out, I believe. I'm guessing. Help run WWE. She's a smart lady. Now Vince is probably more of the brains than she was, I would imagine. Vince knows his wrestling. Not sure what she did, but I'm gonna give her credit. She had to be there to help out. So it's whatever. She had to be there. She did her part. But she shouldn't be in this role. Now if Trump put her in there because he knew she was incompetent, and I mean, like I said, his whole cabinet's incompetent. Maybe Marco Rubio, Pam Bondi. She only worries about Teslas. I haven't heard anything about Josh Shapiro's house being burnt down. How she was looking after the. She was going to put the hand of the law on the guy who did it. Didn't hear that. But Linda McMahon is over our kids' education. Nor does she care. Our kids deserve better. They're going to put our babies out to war. If this thing in Oklahoma, if it looks good and it works out, don't be surprised you see a lot of other red states start doing it. If a kid wants to be in the military, that's one thing. I have a problem with that. It's the greatest honor in the world. If a child wants to do that, by all means, go for it. Okay. But her job is to destroy it. Linda McMahon's job is to destroy the Department of Education. That is her job. She does not care about our kids. Trump does not care about your kids. If he gave a damn, he would reshape the Department of Education, quit telling us the lies, and fix it. But all he's worrying about is rich kids. They don't care about the poor kids. They don't care about the middle class. They don't care. All the kids that have problems, put a rifle in their hands, send them out to war. If you have a learning disability, sorry for you. We talk about choices all the time. Choices, choices, choices. We're not giving our kids choices. This is such a slap in the face. And the thing about it is with Linda McMahon, as I'm sitting here reading her bio and, when she said stupid crap, I'm like, you can't be part of the Trump administration on saying something stupid. Um, we need a real the Secretary of Education. She's not it, folks. She's DEI. Vince and her paid Trump a lot of money. She wanted to be part of this administration. She got in front of Congress and lied, of course. She had no intentions of keeping the Department of Education going. She's full of shit. She, like the rest of them, lied through her teeth. I think she said she wanted to help the teachers and, well, without the Department of Education, teachers would be just fine. Bullshit. Call them bull. When people don't care about your kids, they don't give two shits. They'll say whatever they got to say. And when you have Republicans in there that bow down to Trump, they don't give a shit about your kids either. Have you heard? Think about it. Have you heard any Republicans stand up and say, "Whoa, that Department of Education, we shouldn't be doing that. That'll hurt our kids." Have you heard that yet? I've heard Democrats say it a bunch. Have you heard any Republicans? Let me know. Write me in the comments. So, oh no, I heard this one, and there might be a couple. I don't know. I haven't heard any of note of record. But then again, there's so much shit going on. How the hell can you keep up? It's either one here, one there. He fucks up here, he fucks up there. He does this, does that. Kick the guy out of the country, no due process. Now they can't find him. I mean, good lord. They're gonna put our babies into a war. And there's nobody in the Republican Party standing up for them. If they are, please let me know. Talk to me. Let me know. Say, Cameron, no, no, no. This person said they weren't for it. Oh, okay. My bad. I will get on this show and I will apologize to that senator. I doubt anybody in the House, so we won't even mention the House. Anybody in the Senate that said they were against this, I want to hear. I want to hear it. Like I said, I don't want dog Linda McMahon. Listen. I think she might be a very nice lady, but once again, she's a DEI hire that was put in a position that she shouldn't have got into. She's not. That's not the person we need. And Trump's attacking all education, not just the Department of Education. He's attacking colleges. I believe it was Harvard that told him to go eat an ass. He wanted to know everybody's affiliation. What are we doing now? This is a place for higher learning, higher education, higher thought. So now that's what we're doing. Now we got to know what how everybody votes. That's bullcrap. They're trying to indoctrinate our kids. I hope everybody at Princeton or Yale or whatever big university, every college needs to stand up. If you have big time alumni, I'm telling you right now, alumni, get out your wallet. You help out these colleges. Sit there and fight the tyranny that is Donald Trump. He's already scared law firms. Some of them are scared out their mind. Now he's going after higher education. This is how the authoritarian governments work. They want everybody underneath their control. It's enough we have Congress with the House of Representatives and their roach behinds. Just like little roaches, as soon as the lights come on, everybody runs. Don't care about their districts. Trust me, I got two. I got one in Kansas. It's terrible. Don't give a shit. Way to cut programs that shit most of our people are on. Don't care. Don't care. Then the tariff thing. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Department of Education, just another one of these messy deals going on. Just messy. From a messy person. We need the Department of Education to help our youth. We need the Department of Education to help poor kids. White, black, Mexican, Chinese, whatever, Asian. We need that. But Donald Trump don't think your kids need it. If I'm wrong, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. If I'm wrong, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong that he cares about your children. If I'm wrong, prove it. Say, no, Cameron, this is what he's trying to do. And don't give me the line of crap that's going back to the States. It's been with the States. So miss me with that. Miss me with that one. Throw that crap in the trash. Miss me with that. Come with me with something new. Miss me with that. I don't believe it. All right. Your local school districts already take care of the education the way they want to do it through their state. So the line about how Department of Education controls all that's a bunch of crap. Don't believe it. Don't let them tell you that lie. Don't let them tell you that lie. It is so ridiculous. We get lied to every day. They piss in the air and tell you it's raining lemonade. and we're supposed to believe it. And that's what they do. They lie to us. Oh yeah, I worry about your kids. No, you don't. No, you don't. Your congressman in your state, if you haven't heard from them say a word about this, they're lying to you. Quit letting them lie to you. I'm talking about MAGAs. I'm talking about Obama Democrats. There was Obama Democrats that went back over to MAGA. Believe it or not, Elon Musk was one. Did you know that? Think about it. Obama was one of the first guys who found Elon Musk. Elon Musk is an Obama Democrat, and we lost a lot of them. Trying to bring them back home. Ridiculous. Just ridiculous with this Lindemann man. Just ridiculous. Just makes me mad. Makes me upset. You should be upset. You should be yelling at the rafters. Why? Who is going to help us? Folks, we got until 2026 midterm elections. I'm going to fight like hell and talk about much as possible. Change needs to come. But this is what America voted for. America voted for messy. You're getting messy. You may not realize the messiness was coming to your door, but it's here. Be ready. It's here. And every day it's always something. It's always something. It's always something. You just never know. It's always something with him. We have to stand up. Let your voice be heard. There's no more of, well, I'm not going to vote on this time, or they're both the same. Bullshit. It's time to stand up and let your voice be heard. The hiding's done. There's no more of this. I'm not a political person. Bullcrap. Everybody got skin in the game. Did you not learn from the tariffs? Everybody in this country has skin in the game. I used to think the same way. I was like, man, my vote don't mean nothing. I used to hear that all the time. You know, my vote doesn't mean anything. If this little tariff war has not taught you anything, your vote means more than what you thought. It means something. There's no more of I'm going to stay home, I'm not going to vote. Bull crap, everybody votes. We all got skin in this game. We all got skin in the game. No more hiding. Tell your friend, tell your family member, tell anybody. You got this midterms, we got to vote. You got to vote for every local district, your local school board. They mean a lot now. You thought they meant more before. But there's going to be a lot of changes. If they cut the Department of Education, there's going to be a lot of changes going on. You better be on top of it. You better pay attention. Changes are coming, and they're not going to be good, especially if you make under $1 million. What do you think? What do you think about some of these schools that are broken down and need help, and the states are broke, and the money they get came from the federal government? Now that's going to be gone. How do you think these schools are going to operate? How do you think that's going to look? How's that going to work? You think these private schools are going to invite all these kids in? Oh, come on into our school. We love it. I think that's going to work. Once again, the poor kids get left behind. But they keep telling me, oh, we'll send them to private schools and get the best education. What if the private schools don't accept them? They have policies, they have things they look at. So once again, we leave the poor behind, but nobody cares. We're gonna leave the poor kids behind. But Donald Trump's our president. He's a good guy. If you make under a certain amount, he don't give a damn about you. Prove me wrong. The Department of Education shouldn't be getting shut down. If he had any sense, if he was the president that he wants to be, the best president in the world, he would find a way to fix the Department of Education. How you gotta feel if you're Linda McMahon? You're there just to destroy something. You're not even there to make improvements. I mean, let's say that she has good ideas about fixing it. That ain't what she was there to do. She's there to destroy it. She's a DEI hire. Maybe she's the right hire. Maybe she's not DEI. Maybe she's the right one. Where he's getting incompetent people who don't know what the hell they're doing to come here and destroy an institution. He's doing it to the rest of them. We had a woman who was a supposed spy for Russia over our intelligence. I mean, how fucking funny is that? Isn't that funny? That's crazy as hell. Only in Trump land, where messiness is fine. Be as messy as you want to. You get a gold star for being messy. Man, it's just funny. If you survived, if you made it this far, my name is Cameron L. Abington. The email for this show is podcast76 at gmail.com. We're on all your podcast platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. We're on a whole bunch of them. We're all over the place. YouTube, hopefully get YouTube going. Hopefully. I keep posting. You're not watching. Come on, everybody. Come on. Need you to watch. I need comments. I need critique. It's all right. I take it all. I take it all. We need more people to be involved. Please critique, write questions. I would love to do a pod where we're reading emails, questions, concerns, comments. That's the goal one of these days. We get it really going. That's what we're going to do. We need more engagement. Tell your friends if you find this podcast, tell your friends, hey, we got a new one over here. He's 100% a real guy. Because I'm telling you, if you watch all the other shows, nobody's talking about this. This is off the radar. We're talking about the guy in El Salvador now. That's the news story. Like I said, the news can't keep up with all Trump's crap. So shows like this have to come up and keep everybody's mind on what our mind need to be on. We can walk and chew gum at the same time. It's okay. It's okay. Right? TikTok, Drive for Five was still alive, baby. Keep bringing them in. Keep liking. Look, check my profile. Share, post. Hey man, share my posts. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody who's with me and downloading and listening. I appreciate it. This is a scary venture I'm on. A one-man army. Come join. We're all part of the same team. We're all part of this same team together. We want America to be prosperous. We want our kids to grow up and do better than we did. But we can't sit here and just let others destroy what we were trying to build. It's not fair. It's not fair to our kids. It's not fair to your kids. Not fair to my son. It's not fair. It's not right. What's the right thing to do? Destroying the Department of Education is not one of them. It's terrible. We shouldn't be doing this to our kids. Nonsense. But that's what I got to talk about today. Like, subscribe, find me all over all over the place. Download them, share them, leave 4 star, leave all 5 stars, wherever it is on Apple Podcasts. We're all over the place. We're everywhere. We're everywhere. We're building this thing. It's going a little slow, but that's all right. Because I'm not going to quit. We're going to keep doing it. Our voice needs to be heard. I'm here for you, for the American people. I'm here for America. The truth needs to be told. No more hiding. No more hiding. I've hid for years myself when it came to this. I'd be so damn mad about what was going on, but I didn't say anything. No more. No more hiding. No more hiding. I'm going to get my voice out, like it or don't like it. But there will be no more damn hiding. I'm coming to tell the truth. Common sense. And Trump is not the common sense president that a lot of people thought. Like and subscribe. Right? Tell your friends. Let everybody know. We're here. We're here working hard for you. All right. Abington out.